Right, I've got one of these NEFF Combi microwave and ovens. It's one of these with a touch panel. There we go. I'll put the model number in on the description there, and probably the title as well. It's one that looks like this inside. There we go. And for this one here, I want to clean inside the glass here because there's been a spillage down in here somewhere, and I need to give that a bit of a clean. It's not the easiest thing to keep clean because there's lots of areas for liquids and foods to get in, and indeed in here you can probably make out there's quite a lot of muck inside there. Definitely needs to be cleaned. So that's inside the glass. Now what we need to do is we're going to first remove this top bevel here, and that's done by pressing in either side here. You can just see there's a thumb area here or finger area, just press in there and lift up. Same with this side, so let's just do that. So I'm going to press on both sides at the same time, and I'm going to pull this bevel out towards me here. So that's just pulling that away. That's how the clips work. Nice and straightforward on that one. And that's remove this piece here. I'm going to chuck it in there to keep it safe. And it might give you enough access in here to do whatever you need to do, but for me I need to clean this glass. And the next stage will be to loosen these screws. So we've got these screws, one at the top on the right and one at the top on the left, and we're going to remove those, and that will give us some access to the door itself. So they recommend jamming a towel in here like that to keep the door open, just so it gives you access. You don't need to kind of struggle to get that door open again. So put something in there and then remove these screws. So let's go and find something to do that. Alright, so I've got my towel wedged in here. Here's our screw. I'm just going to use a flat head or anything that goes in there. Oh, they weren't too tight, so that's good. That's one removed. Going to do the same on the other side. So that's both of those top screws done, and then it's a case of lifting the glass up and then away from the door itself, so towards you. So there we go. So that's lifted the whole door up. So that's what you're left with. They do explicitly say don't tamper with any of these other screws. So anything there and anything on here, do not tamper with at all. But there's our glass. So I'm going to give that a nice clean now with some glass cleaner. This is how it came out. So you can see there's a nice little hook here. There we go, so there's that hook. And that actually goes into the bottom of the door just here. Let me show you close up. So there we go, that hook goes into there, one on either side. There we go, one on that side, one on that side. So facing the door back, you'll need to do this and make sure you get the right angle, but those claws go in like that. So they go in, so you'll have to do that and make sure it's fully flush before you can go in. But there we go, you can see that's just gone in there, that hook has gone in, and same with the other side, that's gone in there. So let's give this a clean. Make sure you look after this. Of course it is glass, that's what you're left with, this outer pane, and this is the bit you need to give a good clean to, because there are some bits in here, residue. You can obviously clean this inside as well, but just be very careful not to use anything abrasive, of course. So with the glass door section removed, you can have a good look here and just remove any bits of food that may be trapped, especially in this tray here. That sometimes can be a bit of a pain to do with the door open. Especially under here, you can give this a good clean. My inner glass seems to be absolutely fine, so I'm going to leave that. There's nothing else we really need to clean. This is pretty good. Other bits and pieces could be up here where food can get trapped, but that's looking pretty good. And this is the door that's been cleaned. I've used glass cleaner on this, nothing abrasive of course. It's fairly light, and if we just take a look at the door, so there's the bottom retaining clips, They're stuck on with glue, it seems, and there's our clips where the screw goes in on each side. There we go. They're again stuck on, and then this is to hold the door on. But you don't need to play with anything here. Just give that a nice clean. Yeah, it's just a bit drying there, so that's fine. But yeah, the glass is nice and clear now. So when you look in like that, it's, there's no more cloudy residue, which is lovely. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it back. So again, those two claws, they need to go into here. Either side, make sure it's nice and level as you're placing it in. And you've got this little clip here, this little claw. Okay, that one on either side. They need to go into here, and they will make a little click sound. So you need to push it in until it's fully clicking. And then this hole here, that should line up with this one, of course. So let's do that now. Okay, so I'm going to put the door in, get those clips in at the bottom first. Once they're in, push the door a bit further in. Okay, so I want to show you what I'm doing here. So what I've got to do is I've got to get those tabs on the inside of the outer connection there. So that's where the screw goes in. So that tab at the bottom there in the picture needs to go on the inside. Same with this one as well. This one's already inside. So that's working out okay. And then of course that little claw down here, that's out on this side. That needs to go into the hole there. That slot. So that's what we're doing here. Yeah, that was our click. So yeah, you need to just wiggle it a little bit, and now our screw hole has aligned up perfectly. So that's there. That's all nice and flush, this line. It actually holds itself in quite well, and the same on this side. And there's the screw hole as well. You can only really get that in properly once. So once that's in, put the screws back in. I've actually kind of threaded a bit like a thumb screw, so you can get those in both sides. Nip them up, but don't get it too crazy. And then once you've done that, final piece is your bit of trim. That goes like this. So it's with the claws pointing down. And that just goes into, like this, into there, and then click both sides. And that is it. Much nicer to have a clean outer face there. Give the outside a quick clean, and that now looks a lot better. Hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.